of the 11th, 2017, and I'm going to now produce many pictures and videos from many fantastic people around the world that want to show you the truth that what's been happening in our skies these past couple of days. Now, I've been very busy these past hours, and I apologise that I haven't come back sooner, just trying to sort out family situations. So please take care and please watch this video, and big respect to all of you. Here we have the first photograph from this video. This image, okay, from Jason Deering from Witherington in the UK. He took this photograph just this evening, just gone, and you can clearly see again that object, that reflection to the left side. Look again on the horizon, and all that you see there in the background is just chemtrail activity. Now in the UK, here, right from the start for the morning skies, right to the evening skies, it was just chemplanes after chemplanes, military jets spraying the area in front of the area of the sun, as our atmosphere is being stripped because we've got huge amounts of solar activity that's heading towards our Earth, and it's pounding our atmosphere. And this is what they're doing as well as covering up the truth. They are spraying to try and cool the atmosphere down and to try and stop this huge attack from these huge solar flares. We've a big hole in our atmosphere and it's getting bigger, and still the media don't say nothing. So again, Jason, thank you for this image. Here we have more attachments coming in from a well-known subscriber, a good friend called Dennis from Roanoke Valley in Virginia. He sent these images in. On the screen before sunrise, he saw a huge red pink light source in the sky with this red reflection, and those military planes have been spraying the skies, and just above you can see that haze of chemtrails. Let's move to the next image. This is another image coming in from Dennis. Can you see again, zoomed out, these lines in the skies? This again is just unnatural. It is a shame, isn't it? Because when you see the skies, you notice those cloud systems, the natural cloud systems have been pushed to one side. They're low and they are right over to the east horizon as a deliberately chemtrail in front of the sun. It is a crying shame. Again, this is coming in from this kind friend. You can clearly see, can't you, that pink haze again. All this here on the photograph on the horizon here is just thick chemicals that are being sprayed. Just as the sun was rising, they started continuously spraying the skies. Everything on the screen here is just chemicals. X marks the spot again. They do this all the time, crisscrossing lines to make all this thicker that goes towards our atmosphere, into our skies. See, what I do is as well, I just want to present these videos out so others can see what's going on, because I still see thousands of people doing their day-to-day activities and not taking a notice of this whatsoever. They don't realise what's going on. I spoke to a couple more people today and said, look, can you see what they're doing in front of the sun? But they just look at me in a haze and just say, Matthew, they are just passenger jets. They're just normal aeroplanes that are just flying past the sun. But again, I don't argue with them. I just say, okay, that's cool, and just carry on. But we can all clearly see, can't we, that these are military jets and they're spraying the skies. So Dennis, thank you for these images. See also, when that object in the sky, when you see the sun at first, okay, coming up on the horizon, we do see the natural colour. But when it's rising, we start to see the sun turn white, like a white object in the sky. And this is what's happening on this photograph. And this chemtrail, this cross that you saw just on the other photos, is moving towards the area in front of this simulator, this object. Now, this is what they do in natural clouds. They move them. I know it sounds strange, okay, but they are being controlled. All of it is using HARP on full power. Here is another photograph coming in from Dennis. I mean, it speaks volumes, doesn't it? Everything you see on the screen is chemtrails and haze in the sky with this white object. Now, I've had a source that's brought me in information stating as well that our atmosphere is being stripped right now by these solar flare activity that's coming through. And the ozone layer, everything is just falling apart. It really is. And this is all they're doing as well, because they know the ozone layer is finished. So they're trying to protect, but whilst protecting, it is also killing us. It's harming everything. It's full of poisons. But this is all they can do. Now, I've heard in the past that thousands of years ago, history says that they were on other objects spraying gold into the atmosphere, and it was reflecting the sun light. It was reflecting what was going on. Is this happening to us right now? Are we going through these stages? Because there's lots of theories, but I guarantee you now that something is going to happen, because this can't just carry on, can it? It really can't carry on. And today I was very upset. I looked up and I saw what was going on, and it is getting much worse. It really is. So let's move on to another image. Here's the next photograph, and Dennis also states in his email that there's no birds. There's only one or two. There used to be hundreds of them. Hundreds of birds. And nothing. Now we do see the odd bird, don't we? But now it's quite rare now. It's becoming to be in a bit of a stage now that we are noticing this, aren't we? And wormwood, okay, has been past us Earth before, and it's caused the sun to rise twice in the past, and history speaks about this, whereas the sun has been affected, okay, and the Earth has stopped rotating thousands of years ago. It was in the Mayans calendar, and it was in other calendars as well, where they predicted this. But again, the government will suppress that history from everybody to see the truth. We have had, the Earth has stopped rotating in the past. Earth has come off course before in the past. But again, it's important to keep producing these photographs, because in the past this has happened before. No chemtrails, but our atmosphere has been stripped with these heavy amounts of solar activity. This is another image coming in from Dennis as well, making his way to work. He noticed and took his camera out as well about 10:30. You can clearly see, can't you, just on the road here as well, how dark it is, the reflection. Now Dennis is a genuine photographer. Okay, we've seen many of his videos and his images. He goes up to the mountains as well, in Roanoke Valley in Virginia, and he notices the differences. Look here as well, all these lines in the skies, and still people think they're just passenger jets. The sun, this solar simulator, has changed. Look at the colour of it. Look how dark it is as well for 10:30. This is an eclipse with the sun. Now this is a very impressive image as well, and it is happening, isn't it? Now what I want to point out here on this photograph, okay, is very important, is this dark area just above here. Now I spoke about this area, haven't I? Above this projector, this reflector, whatever you want to call it. It's a simulator. NASA has been using this. They use it with the moon as well, because the moon is awfully bright, very bright in the sky. Now our natural sun won't be like this ever. Look how dark and black the sky is here. They're hiding a huge hole, a huge dark area of a shadow that's heading towards us. Now the thing is though, okay, this shadow is part of the wormwood system, okay? Look at these trails again. Now people have stated as well, they've seen no planes, they just appear from nowhere. They're using other technology, they're using other devices to spray the skies. Can you see the colour of this? Now look at the colour down here on the horizon. I've seen this many of times these past weeks. Even last Thursday I had to pull up I was absolutely shocked to see that there was an orange yellow haze, separate colour, nothing to do with our Earth's atmosphere, this light refraction. This is something that's coming through. They're hiding it. Everything you see here are chemtrails. All of it is chemtrails. Now, we are going to see an event in our lifetimes. We really will. There's too much going on. We see this strange cloud formation again, don't we, that just moves slowly and stops. I believe that Earth, we are in difficult times, aren't we? We still press on, don't we? Carrying on as if nothing of what is happening. Just unbelievable. I'm sometimes speechless to what I say, because I just look around and I can see what's going on. We all could see that there's a strange problem. The skies are just not the same anymore, are they? They just want humanity to fall for their tricks. Look again, this morning the weatherman was saying it was a mild day, blue skies, and everything's going to be fine. But look at the photograph. There's something wrong. They will not produce these images on the weather channels. They will not describe these chemtrails. They will not describe this simulator in the sky, the different colours. And for those who are in denial, I really hope that you could just spend some time, okay? Sit down somewhere. Spend a few hours to have a think about this. Think out the box. Stop believing the propaganda lies. Just take a few breaths. Think for yourself. We have every right to speak out and think for ourselves. Okay, now this is an image as well that's coming from Dennis, but I understand that it's quite blurry, but it's important to see this, isn't it? Now there's other colours that are showing on this photograph as well. We still see the dark skies. They are spraying to cover the truth again. Look at this object again in the skies. Look at these lines. This is like a hexagon, octagonal. Look at it. It's not the sun. Look at this pink reflection that's coming through down here as well. These dark patches. If all this again, I've said this before, if all this again was just moved out the way, we would just see a huge dark shadow. It'd be virtually black, and people will look up. They really would. But people like this man on this lorry would just still think that these are just cloud formations and just people that are on their way to holidays. Passenger airlines. Okay, now on this next image, this next photograph as well, you can see, can't you, that this is in Virginia. Look at this dark shadow. Look at all this. A dark shadow up there as well. Lines in the skies and this reflection. This halo is becoming much wider. It really is coming much wider now. Now, I did a video, didn't I, on webcams just shortly. And on one of the mountain cams, you saw that reflection on the mountains. Now, before the sunrise on that, how can that reflection be coming from the other side? Because when we look onto the other side, we don't see anything, do we? But we do see a dark shadow. Now, are they cloaking the area to stopping us from seeing this huge red star in the sky? I think it's been there for a long time. I really do. And they're spraying, they're cloaking, they're using everything they possibly can to hide that truth. Okay, this is Dennis' last photograph. Now he's zoomed in on this reflection. We've seen this a lot of times, haven't we? Now, people will pass this off as a sundog, okay? And they'll just pass this all off as passenger jets. This is what they want humanity to think. They're trying so hard, okay, to try and disinform everybody and just to keep their eyes down. In a way, I don't blame people that really don't want to see this, because they just want to carry on with their lives. No one wants to see an event, do they? They just want to carry on, and I respect that. I really do, because I'm not here to try and upset everybody and panic anybody. I'm just here for those that are wide awake to the truth, those that can see through their spiritual eye. Now, being awake to the truth is very important, and you will awake to it. You really will awake to this real situation that's happening. It's unfolding now, isn't it? The veil is starting to open in our skies. We are seeing the truth, and it is a situation where they do use technology, but this technology that they're using is harming us. It's making us sick. It's making us ill. Not well at all. They don't like people to speak out about this either, but it's really happening now. Okay, I'm going to move to other images now, but Dennis, I'll give you a email shortly, and please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Another kind subscriber as well sends a lot of information and leaves respected comments on the comment board as well. Fully awake to the truth. Many of us now are, and he states in his email that around 9:30 towards 9:45 the sun changes complete colour and then becomes very dark up there, and also reflecting darkness on the land. On the photograph, can you just see this outer area here? Look in here as well. We've noticed this on other photographs. It becomes very, very dark. The sun shouldn't be doing this. Look at the shape of it. Can you see the corners? Again, we are seeing a hexagon in the skies. This simulator, it's wrong. Look again, all these chemtrails. A huge halo in the skies as well. Fantastic photograph. Again, it is spectacular but very dangerous, isn't it? Because it just proves that we are heading towards an event. So thank you again for this. Mr. Andrew Ward sent this photograph in as well, and he states in his email he wanted to check this for himself, and which he did. He was amazed to see this is the truth. Something is going on. Can you notice all that haze up in the sky? This is unnatural. Chemtrails again going through the area, and again you can see this white object. The sun has changed colour. We can see this hexagon shape of this simulator. Look at the ground as well. It's so artificial, isn't it? Fluorescent in colour. We're seeing a white light in the skies. Thank you again for this photograph, because it's proven that many other parts of the world are being sprayed. Europe, I mean everywhere, there's the biggest populated areas are most at risk of health risks. We have another kind subscriber called Billy from the USA. Sends lots of emails in, lots of images, and he states in his email as the title of this image, A in the sky. And look at all this. Again, we're seeing the activity spread many parts of the USA as well. All this again is unnatural before the sunrise. We have another kind friend that's sending photographs in as well called Leo. He's based in London. And look at all this. These formations of chemtrails again. Not natural. So I'm hoping people new to the channel, please look up. We are all sky watchers, and we need to study the skies and seeing these differences. Because through the months, there has been big changes in our skies. Mrs. Annabelle Juries from Southern Africa took these images just a short while ago, and look at that pink reflection again on them chemtrails. Just here in the front ground you've got natural cloud formations, but here in the background you've got chemicals. Look at that orange haze, that colour. She states as well that she could see the sun as a different colour. Now let's go to the next photograph. See, also again we've got to think for ourselves, haven't we? Because we see that colour of the sun, this yellow colour from the other side, but when we see these cloud formations from east, we can see this orange reflection. Now where is it coming from? Because we can't see it up in the skies, as they're using technology to hide the truth. They can see it. I believe that they can see this, the powers that be, but they're hiding it because they want their banking system controlled. They want us to be controlled right to the very end. We have two more fantastic photos that have come in from Perry Yusuf from the Philippines. He also says in his email, around about 10 AM, everything becomes very dim. Now, this is totally strange, isn't it? Okay? It's not coincidental. It isn't by accident. It is the truth that around about that time, things do become dark. And years back, at 10 AM in the morning, it was just normal, wasn't it? We saw our normal sun going up in the sky as the Earth is rotating, and it just was just a blue sky. But look here, this dark area. Look at this white object, pink reflections. Let's go to the next image. Now this photograph as well was taken dead on 10:30 AM. Look at the dark area here. I mean, look how dim it became. Look on these clouds as well. It become very dark as well. There's a huge shadow that's cloaking our skies, and it's getting worse. We're seeing a different colour of the sun, and now we're seeing this shadow as well. So thank you for these photographs. Here we have 3 attachments that's come in from Nestor from Texas, USA. Now, it describes in the email that the area of the skies before the sunrise, it was just lights like this. You could see the light colour on the screen. But she also states that she heard loads of military planes spraying the skies, but saw these strange formations she's never seen before. But on the next image, as the so-called sun is risen in the skies about 11:30, behind there became black. And you can clearly see it's a simulator, not a sun. This is the image. Look again how dark it is. This subscriber towards the community is 100% taking images showing you the dark skies, and look at this hexagon shape behind this cloud formation. This isn't our sun. I mean, look at it. It is not, and I repeat it as well, not our sun. This is a simulator. It's far too bright above Earth's atmosphere, being controlled with technology. Again, HAARP clouds being spread across our skies. Another photograph just been sent in from Billy from the USA. I mean, everything here is just, again, to cover the truth. Look at this area here of this strange shape again. All this other reflections from this halo, dark areas. Mr. Phil Hardman from Manchester took a look outside as well, and to the other side of sundown picked up this orange-red reflection to the other side. Something else reflecting through. So it's again important. And this kind subscriber states as well, he's going to keep looking and keep sending images in as well, because he finds this different and fascinating to notice that there is something else going on. He's lived in this area nearly all his life, and he's noticing this huge change. He states in his email as well, there is something going on. He's never seen colours like this before. Here we have yet more chemtrails on this next image from Deberator. Now this kind subscriber again is from the USA. Look at these, are not natural. This white object again in the skies around 10:30. Look how dark it is. Many people showing the same colours, the same shadows. It's happening in many parts of the world. Look at these trees as well, just damaged. Just moments later, it just become a haze. Dark shadows again to hide the truth. If they didn't do this, humanity will look up, you know. They will look up to the skies, and they know this. They will notice this dark shadow. But again, they just still believe that this is all cloud formations, which on the news media channels, this is what they say. But we know that these are different, very much different from natural formations. Moments later, it just become a sheet of haze all across the skies. Far too dim and black up this area here above. Notice on every single image that's coming in, we can see this dark haze. On this next photograph by this kind subscriber, you can see again this blue reflection coming through, and the area that we believe to be the sun is far too bright up there. So thank you for these photographs, and please have a safe weekend. We have more attachments coming in from William Clarkson, another kind friend, emailing all the time and studying the skies, noticing the changes, these pink colours, reflections. These are not pink chemtrails. This is a huge reflection from Wormwood, this heavenly body that's making our way through the solar system. Let me just go to the next image. Yes, we do see markings on the windscreen, but what's most important is this strange formation. It wasn't a military jet, it was just that it turned up. Look at this shadow here as well, and these other colours. You could see the colour of the Sol, but you see this pink reflection as well. This is another fantastic catch of the Nibiru system. Look at this reflection. Can you see the white haze from the area up the top here of the sun? Okay, now to the right hand side you've got a huge reflection, a haze that's coming through. He still is so shocked that people on the ground are unaware of what's going on. Now this haze, this kind subscriber explains, it just lasted for about 15 to 20 minutes and then just went away, and then the sun was going down. Now how could that be possible? Because we have now two light sources in the sky. We are now seeing this haze that just lights up the land, this colour, and then just disappears on the horizon, because we've got a heavenly body that's between us and the sun. Here we have again this strange colour in the skies. Look at this, again being produced by HARP. We've got all this trash that's just being fueled all the time and then moved down towards the area of the Sol. Can you see the colour of the sun here? It's a separate colour. People need to be fully aware of this now. It's so important. So thank you again for sending this in. When driving back from the shopping area, he also noticed again to this side of the sky, northeast, a huge red reflection coming through. Strange colours again. Look at all this. What the big giveaway is on this photograph, can you see in the wing mirror the colour of the sun? The yellow colour on the horizon. Two colours. Well caught on this photograph. Thank you for sending this one in. More fantastic photos. Can you see as well? We've got this other colour, shadows, that are on the other side of sundown. Something is trying to rise in the skies. Here is this colour again. You can see this pink haze. And he also states it just moved to the right side. A huge shadow. A colour that disappears on the horizon. It rises and then goes down. This is William's next photograph, just proving that there's something seriously going down. Look at this strange colour. Look at all this. Now this again is poison, but the huge reflection is showing itself. All what you see is poison again. The yellow colour, can you see in the background? Can you see the white colour when the Sol goes down? But we are now seeing another colour. Look at the dark area here, but we are seeing these strange formations. It seriously continues, doesn't it? These images just speak for themselves. Every single day we are seeing this pink haze in our skies. We've seen them on the webcams as well. Now they last for about 10-15 minutes and then just quickly move away on the horizon before the sun goes down. Many people now are sending in emails saying exactly the same thing from different parts of the world. Just more fantastic images coming in as well from William. I mean, look at this. He's out with his camera to take all these images and still people don't look up. He's studied the skies for many years and he says without any doubt that he's never seen this pink haze and these other orange different colours in the skies. As again I've had an email saying iron oxide dust landing on the ground, because I've got images coming through on another video showing that people are collecting this iron oxide. It's landing on the ground now, and he states on this photo as well, this pink reflection, can you see on the buildings? He's never seen that before. And also the trees. He states as well, I mean, looking back the past years, past history, that the story said as well, the true fact in the Bible, that the waters would come bitter, wormwood, and people that drink the water that became bitter became very ill. The lakes become bitter, and the trees will be like this, not very well. And looking back at the past and what we see on our surroundings now in the skies, we are seeing what has been predicted in the past. Mr. Trevor Young, another Nibru believer, knows that there's something has changed. He knows that pink reflection wasn't there. It wasn't the same. It's far too pink now, this colour in the skies. You can clearly see this on the line here. The same colour that you just saw on William's photographs, proving that other parts of the world are seeing the differences. This is Trevor's next image as well, showing two different colours. Can you see the area of the sun going down? But look, we've got another light source here, another colour in the skies to the right hand side. Very, very strange, and thank you for this photo. He also states as well that these cloud formations just didn't move at all. They stayed in the same place, and all what you see is just chems. Indeed, the weather patterns, the cloud formations and these colours are becoming more stranger by the day. These photographs just come in very recently now. Look at this strange colour on this strange formation here. Unnatural clouds. Mixtures of colours. As the Nibru system is heading closer, this huge system has other objects that are travelling with it as well. Okay, now William sent a video in. It's a short video, but he describes the south, east, west and north and the different colours. As you can see on this screen here, there's another light reflection, another light source that's coming up on the horizon that's not our sun. Let me just play this for you now.
South, west, north, and east is glowing.
Okay, so thank you for sending this video in, because we can see chemtrails, we can see different colours in the skies, and also another reflection coming from the opposite side. So please again have a safe weekend, and thank you for your photographs and this video as well, because it is important to show as much detail as possible. Now I still have hundreds and hundreds of photographs to deal with and to show on video, and I will catch up and I will show them, because again I feel that it's very important for all of us to be able to see our evidence to point other people in the right direction. Okay, this is another photograph that's come in from another subscriber that would like to remain anonymous. Can you see, if you look carefully before sunrise, look at this dip, this shadow. Look at this pink reflection as well that we see across our skies. This pink shadow is from wormwood. Look at the area of the sun. Now it's very important to see this as well, because look at the sunrise. This looks like a normal sunrise that we saw in the past many years ago. This yellow sunrise, okay? And we're seeing this pink reflection. They can't hide this, but as the sun rises it changes colour, as they use this simulator to block the truth, because if they didn't, everybody would see it. They would see a dark sky continuously through the day. Chemtrails starting to spray, but we got to keep notice of this area as well. Now last week on videos we saw a big blue haze, we saw a blue reflection, didn't we, coming up, but now we're seeing this red reflection in the skies as we've got other objects reflecting. So thank you for this evidence as well. We've got more images just come in from William Clarkson, and he states as well in his email, all this again is just unreal. He's been up early hours of the morning and noticed chem planes spraying skies, and this is produced as well. Now many people also is emailing in explaining about this strange cloud formation that just moves strangely across the sky, and I saw this as well just a couple of days ago. I was driving my car to work and noticed that this strange formation, this cloud system, was to the left side, and it was just moving strangely, covering up the truth. This is what they do. They use HARP, and HARP is on full power. They use it all in different areas across the world, this technology. And I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing, isn't it? I mean, they're still doing this to this day. Can you see this strange colour that's rising as well? Dark shadows, black chemtrails. And it's also harming these trees. I mean, we have another photograph come in from Brandt from Pittsburgh, and he states on his email as the title of this image, Poisonous Skies. Now he's fully aware there's something going on. He knows it's not the red sky at night shepherds the light that we've heard in the past, because it's happening every day, every single day. And it's so clear on this photo as well, isn't it? This just come in. Look at this colour here as well. This is from the sun, okay, to the right side. But look here as well, this other reflection that's between us and the sun. A heavenly body that's coming through now. Now, I don't know when this will happen. I still get emails stating, when will this happen? When's this going to happen? But I still don't know. But what I can tell you still, that even though we're going through the different photos through the past months now, these red pink haze in the skies have got stronger. It's not going away, is it? And they still try and cover it up with these chems, with this HARP system to manipulate our weather patterns. But it's still showing up, isn't it? And in our near future, our foreseeable future, we will start to see, okay, red skies. But they still want humanity to get used to this. Our younger generation will get used to the red skies in the future. It's not going away. They can't just stop this. It's something that's going to happen, isn't it? We are going to go, and we are now starting to go through the changes. This is the other photograph that was taken before sunrise. Look how pink this is. Never seen this before. We would see red reflections, okay, when the sun is going down. But when we see this pink haze, like we saw on the webcams, to the left side, okay, we're seeing this colour, okay, from the sun to the right side. But like on that mountain cam that we saw on the other video, you could see that pink reflection on the tip of the mountains. It's here, showing on these photographs in Pittsburgh. Now, I still can't believe that NASA and even the powers that be are not standing up to this and explaining to the members of the public around the world that this event is happening. This is what's happening. I fully understand it will cause mass panic. I'm fully aware of that, and I respect that. But for us adults that are looking after our families, our loved ones, that's strong enough to be able to cope with the truth, okay? This is why we do the channels, because we can cope with this. We can see what's going on. There's thousands upon thousands of people that are sending images in showing these changes from different parts of the world. So I urge NASA, government, to please announce something. Please be strong for the community and people around the world. We can cope to know the truth, instead of just dumbing us down with mobile technology. Now, these next attachments are coming through from Thomas Clan. Kind subscriber, we've had many images from this person before. Chemtrails, and also, do you see any pink haze on the horizon to the right side? Now, many parts of the world will not see the changes because, again, as I said before, the Earth rotates on its orbit and other parts of the world won't catch it because Wormwood is on this elliptical orbit, and it's different to seeing other known objects that are on their orbits. Very much different. It moves like a comet, and catching it is quite difficult. But many people from different parts of the world are seeing this because, again, Europe isn't seeing it right now. So again, thank you for this image. I'm going to go to the next one you sent in. As you can see, they do still chemtrail in Europe as well. They still spray all this because, again, the sun is being agitated because of them objects in the skies. It's still blasting out huge amounts of solar activity. It's supposed to be at the solar minimum now, but it's not, as it's carrying on, because it's got the companion binary twin that's in our solar system now. It really is kicking off out there, and there is huge amounts of solar activity that's heading towards our Earth. It takes around about 8 minutes to get to our atmosphere, pounding on our atmosphere all the time. Even the Van Allen belts. There's a problem with the Van Allen belts now. The radiation figures are off the roof now, off the scale, and still nobody gets to hear any of the news, do they? They don't want to tell you anything. Just fairy tale stories about the weather's fine. Here is Thomas's last image, okay? No pink haze, just chemtrails, just covering area of the sun. Just caked. Everything is just caked. Again, people reporting of smelling a burning smell to this day still of the 11th, 2017. Mr. James Hickman sent this photograph in as well, and he is absolutely shocked that humanity don't understand still that this is a simulator in the sky. He has taken photos for many years of the skies. He enjoys watching nature, the birds that fly around, but he states as well in his email, not many about anymore. So it's true, because I believe that they are being poisoned. They are breathing this chemical, twisted, poisonous, corrupted haze in the sky produced by the government, and it's harming the wildlife. We're breathing it all in, and it's true. Now, look at this object again. This is not the sun. It's too white. Look at the shape as well. You can just see the tip of it here. And all this again is just very unnatural skies. He was quite shocked when taking this photograph because around about 10 AM it just become black. It was just so dark. Look again, just below the horizon you can see that strange green sky. Not blue skies. It shouldn't be like this. Everything has changed now. They're using technology, and I also had emails as well coming in that there is help from other places that are trying to control this to cover up the truth. When this simulator rose further on up in the sky between 12 PM, he could see, couldn't he, this line again in the skies, all this chemtrails with this halo, this haze. The sky become lighter, but again you can see the evidence of what they're doing. Here we have another photograph from the USA. Now, this subscriber wants to remain anonymous, but he was shocked to see this as well. He could see this white object in the sky wasn't hurting his eyes. He could actually see it. Now, we do know that this is just reflections, okay? But this object, he could clearly see it. And on the ground he states as well that the colour, then it's so unnatural. It's like being in a studio. It's far too dim. Around about 9:45 AM. Look at the trees and look at this strange colour on the land. It's too dim in the skies. We have got so used to this, humanity has. They really have got used to this now. It's not that yellow, goldeny colour that we see with the beautiful light blue skies. Now, again, as I said, the smaller populated areas won't be chemtrailed as much as the higher populated areas. I'm still getting emails from Vegas saying they're spraying the sky so heavily, and I will produce photos of that. Because why geoengineer Vegas? Why geoengineer other parts of the world like London, the bigger cities across the world? They shouldn't be doing it. it's not about geoengineering. It's about hiding objects. They don't want humanity to see this. Earth is being affected now. The sun, this area, this simulator, whatever they want to call it, it's rising in different parts of the sky now, and they don't want humanity to catch them out. Very, very important to keep an eye on this. Okay, I apologise about that, but Miss Teresa Lovett sent these images in as well. You can see that reflection, but look at these lines in the skies. This is a simulator. And she, again, another kind person from Memphis, another part of the USA as well, but look how dark and dim it is. It is far too dim. Just this white colour you can see, this reflecting, not the normal sun colour. This also was taken around 11 AM. This kind person also sent an email in saying it is a crying shame. It really is, because she's seeing the huge changes. Everything that we're saying on the videos, on other channels as well, like Mr. Steve Olson, Mr. Jeff P, Mr. Dave Dobbs, Alex, they're all saying the same. We are all trying our hardest to getting this truth out. Dark shadows, far too many chemtrails, and this simulator. And again, this kind person is stated that she's seen the skies for many years. She remembers the skies in 1985. Beautiful skies. Normal cloud systems and a yellow sun. No chem planes that you see on the photographs. Every day they're doing this, and people are becoming very heavy, very low in energy as well. And again, it's important to try and keep your vitamins up and try and drink as much as non-fluoride waters. And I mean, there's information out there that's so helpful as well, because again, with takeaway foods, it's harming us as well. Far too much cholesterol, far too much of lots of harmful ingredients in them as well that's been hidden from humanity. They put these poisons in these ingredients in foods and soda drinks as well. But what they do is, people do they do try and stop them ingredients, okay, going to these conferences and things and what have you, and then the FDA turn around and say, right, okay, we'll stop this. But they don't. What they do is they just change the name of the ingredient to make you think that that ingredient isn't in it anymore. And even bottled soda as well is dangerous, because the chemical from the plastic of the bottle, the chemical's going into you as well. It comes off in bits, and I mean, it's a whole situation. It's, yes, we do see chemtrails, but there's also things that we are eating as well and drinking that's also harming us. So the evidence is overwhelming. D. Clark from Kansas City is another wormwood believer, studying everything as well through books and information, and is fully aware that this is not to do with just geoengineering, it's to do with hiding objects. And she believes as well that X marks the spot. Can you see this area of this simulator, this light source, not the yellow colour, and to the right side all this haze is to hide an object. Fantastic photograph, but again, still many people still think these are passenger airlines that are just crossing each other. Very dangerous if it was, though. I mean, look how close they are, but again, these are chem planes. It still is very, very dangerous. I mean, with the passenger airliners, if they were caught doing this, crossing the skies, they would lose their jobs. They'd be sacked instantly, wouldn't they? But again, how on earth do they think they can get away with this? They're spraying with those other types of passenger airlines with tankers on the back of them. Okay, now these tankers are full of poison, and they still think that they can just get away. They don't care, do they? They don't care about humanity, do they? They just carry on spraying the area that you see on the photograph here. Everything is being sprayed. Now look at the area of the sky that you can see on this photograph. There's thousands of dollars, pounds being sprayed. Our taxpayers' money's just disappearing above the Earth's atmosphere. Look at the state of the skies. And still the government think they can get away with this. Chem lines all the time. I mean, these military planes are flying very close to each other, aren't they? I mean, there has been reports that some of them have crashed and fallen out the sky. I mean, the thing is, though, nothing gets said, does it? Nothing gets said. And these pilots as well have got family members. Okay? They've got children. And again, I urge, if one of them are listening to us now, please send an email in and talk to us. It's important. Something needs to be said. This image is from another subscriber who would like to remain anonymous. And the state as well, look at this. Another formation, another pattern in the sky to covering up the truth. All that behind as well is just poison again. This red reflection as well that's coming through. They spray the right side of this simulator, this area. Here we have another photograph from Mandy Migut from Trenton. Now this image was taken from 12 PM. Look again, this colour that's on these buildings. Look at this dark shadow above as well. This white glow, this white object. Pink reflections. Everything's just to cover the truth. Very sad, isn't it? Again, what they're doing, but they're just trying to hide the truth. So they keep their banking system going, to keep us going, working every day, and not for us to prepare for this. While they do prepare, and I will do another video about them preparing, and for us to prepare, and what we need to do. Another image that's come in from Mr. Roger Paul, a kind friend, that sends the photographs in showing the truth, showing you, look at this shape again, not our sun. People state as well in their emails it flickers and flashes. We saw this on the NASA cams. Look at all this. Everything you see is unnatural. But still, the powers that be, the media will tell you that all this is natural. We can see different now, can't we? So, Roger, thank you for your respect and please have a safe weekend. It's happened again. I've said this before. I've just opened another email from Roger Paul. And look at this photograph, like the other photographs that we saw from the USA as well, this artificial sunlight in the sky. It's becoming much more obvious now. Look again, the colour, the change, the shape, and this blue reflection as well. It's not the sun. Look again, all this trash in the sky. But what's important as well to see that the land is darker, it's dimmer. Now Rogers is a genuine friend, okay, a full believer that something is wrong. He also believes that Wormwood is close and these dark shadows on the ground is because we've got objects in front of our soul, the sun. I put this here as well because look how bright it is, but there again, look how dark it is. Now our natural sunlight would just be beaming normal reflections on these trees, on this ground. So in this part of the world, okay, they are seeing the huge dark shadows. They're in the darkness. But other places across the world will be in the normal light areas. So again, thank you. Because what I'm saying is, in the past, everybody got the natural colour, didn't they? Of the sun, the blue skies. But now it's different. This is the next image that's coming in from Roger as well. Look at the state of this dark shadow. Look at this simulator. Look at the colour. Chemtrails spraying to try and hide this. It's becoming much more difficult for them now, as this event is slowly heading towards us. I still am shocked when I walk around and go to work. I'm still shocked to see that people just got their eyes down and they don't see what's happening. Here is another image as well. This shape is a big giveaway now. They can't hide the shape of it anymore. Dark shadows. Okay, we've got these last attachments for this video, and I've got hundreds of images still to come through, and I will produce them on another video very shortly. Okay, now on the screen we all know now, why 100%, and I hope so, that these are chemtrails. Please don't be fooled by the government that these are contrails, because chemtrails is what we see on the screen. Look again, this purple haze in the skies. This that you see, this cloud strange formation, is just dust coal that's being spread up there as well, but we can see a reflection. Now let's go to the next image, because the next image is very spectacular. Now what Thomas has brought in is another image showing you that around about 9:45 AM in the skies we get this dip of darkness. We've seen this dip of darkness on the Aurora Sky Station cams, okay, many other cams as well. Everything becomes dimmer. This here is a harp cloud that's moving strangely in front of this simulator. You could just catch the shape of it again. Now it shouldn't do this. Look at this dark blue gap here. Our sun wouldn't do this. Our natural sun, you would just see it clearly. It would burn through this haze. This is just a sheet of chemicals. The natural sun in the past would just belt through it, beaming through it like a natural sun should. But look again, look at this dark blue area here. The skies are dimming. This colour here you see on the screen is above our atmosphere. Another fine picture. Thank you for sending this in. As Earth was rotating and the sun's moving up further in the skies, well, it isn't the sun, is it? But many people still think it is. Look how bright it is here, but then look how dark the sky is down here. Look at the reflection. Now this area is in Wales, and this subscriber is fantastic because I get many emails as well, and people are believers. They're believers that this is to hide the truth. They've seen those objects in the sky, and they're continuing to keep sending the images in to show the truth. There's thousands upon thousands of people that have seen Wormwood. They've seen those celestial bodies. And this is why we continue to show the images and show the proof. Because it's dedication, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Persistence, and to be very observant. And we've got to be vigilant as well. So I'm going to go to the next image. This is the next image as well from this kind person that sent these photos in, and they're very spectacular. These are original photographs showing that we do go into darkness. This hasn't happened before, but again they still try and fool humanity to think that this is normal. Look at those chems. Look at the haze in the sky, and this simulator. This colour is not the area of the sun. Many dark areas here. The natural cloud formations are being pushed down. We're seeing strange formations again, and this dark area here as well to the right side. It's so unnatural, isn't it? Because back in the day we would see a beautiful sun, we would see normal cloud systems, and it'd be light for 10 AM in the sky. I just want to say as well, in this friend's email that was sent in, they're very worried about this. They're very, very worried to see those lines in the skies and this haze that's being spread up there, and the colour of this object is so artificial, it's so blatantly obvious, isn't it? And it's carrying on. People still think that everything's fine. Look at the reflection on these cars here outside this person's house. Dark. It's far too dark. It lasts for about 20 to 25 minutes and then becomes light again. Yes, we do see lens flare here and here, but what's so important that I've noticed on this screen, proving that that is a simulator, a reflector in the skies, not our natural sun. Look at the beam, look at the colour of it, but look, which is mainly important to me, is this reflection on this building here. Look how dim it became. It's far too dark. We're in November here in the UK, and it shouldn't be this reflection. So again, thank you for these images. We're seeing the evidence now, aren't we? As through the different videos, we can see that things are becoming darker each day. Okay, now I'm going to finish my pint off now and have a rest. And I hope all of you have a great Sunday. And please, all of you, again, take care. And I'll be back with more footage and videos as well, because I've got many to go through. And if I haven't shown your images on this video, please bear with me. I apologize, but there is so many photographs. I mean, it is overwhelming how much evidence there is